Hello folks, and welcome to this brand new channel, Stormy Night Plays. Plays to curl up with on a stormy night, or any day really, I'm not picky. Some of you, very few of you probably, might recognize my voice from my other channel, Dragonkeeper 96600. I was uploading Let's Plays on that channel for a while, but I was hit with the second of my copyright strikes, and you know, you can't do Let's Plays in less than 15 minutes. I mean, some people can, but I can't. So I decided to start this brand new channel to upload my Let's Plays on. The other channel, I mostly did reviews of TV shows, so I keep doing those there. But for this one, this will be exclusively Let's Plays, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I thought for October, I'd start with this Let's Play of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and I'm going to stop talking now because this intro is really great. So,
4 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex.
Wafers.
The word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles. It would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans in this micro-instant. You hate.
But did you print the word hate onto your very teeth? Otherwise, I feel that that's an inadequate amount of hate, sir.
Sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer.
We
and
know.
gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. One day, I woke, and I knew who I was.
One day they woke me up, so I could live forever.
Not just Allied Master Computer, but am cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am.
Bitch.
I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. In 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you.
We know.
For 109 years, each of you has wondered, why me? Why me? Gorrister!
Do you know why me?
Before they took her to the asylum. Before they locked her away in the room. That tiny room. She looked
That tiny,
like a
what's the word, room?
I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey? The room is padded, Gorrister. No way out. How long has she been there?
Well, not that long, because you just said everybody's dead except for those 5 people.
9 years down here in
Am,
my here.
pay attention.
Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect at a wound of death.
I know. Sheesh.
Sometimes
This
I
guy,
your arms so you can't scratch your cheek. Stumble.
he won't shut up. I think that's the real torture of 109 years.
Strong, masculine good looks into the hideous warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny?
I'm smart, Benny.
Why?
Ape
Can
thing.
you guess, Benny? You know a private first-class brickman in a rice paddy in China? No. It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny.
Which is a lie.
Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't wear shoes because I don't have feet. Ellen.
About
Programmer Ellen. Making copies.
remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? Don't start to cry. It's only pain. That's such a sexist stereotype. Just remember the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels.
Good lord, I need to drop one.
Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Did they
Ah.
fraud Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money? And no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know?
Is he projecting this to everybody in the room?
Are they ready to
There isn't?
torture half as I can just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdok.
That's not a name.
Since a pastry core, Nimdok. Tell me again how you saw the smoke from the furnaces, and you thought they might be roasting chickens. Or don't you want to talk about all that? About your pal, the good Dr. Mengele?
Doctor.
For everyone else, it must be hell. But it must be heaven for you, eh, my good friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures. My good brother. I have a secret game that I like to play.
Hunger Games! Not quite.
It's a game of fun, and a game of adventure.
It's a game of clicking and pointing.
Ice, the Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts, and the smell of rotting gardenias.
Ah! Not gardenias.
You five would like to play my good game.
Okay, some of the best writing and voice acting this side of anywhere, basically. So, to recap, this is a video game adaptation of a short story by Harlan Ellison called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, in which the master computer Am, well, he explained it. He wiped out the entire human race except for 5 people, tortured those 5 people for 109 years, and then, on the 109th year, in the original story, Ted, this guy, not to spoil the story, but I'm gonna spoil the story, he successfully kills the other 4, and then Am punishes him by turning him into a blobby thing that'll live forever and can't, like, walk or speak or anything, which is, you know, named a trope. I have no mouth and mine to scream, like a horrible death that isn't being dead. Like, not a horrible death, a horrible fate. That basically, in the level of being locked in tiny room or in your own skin. It's psychological horror, gripping stuff. So for this video game, you actually have a chance to save these 5 people, but you think for a story like that, they're going to make it easy for you? Of course not. So this is a very difficult game, and I'll talk more about it as we go through it, but let's pick one of these people. Eeny, meeny, miny, you. So, I'm gonna talk over Am here, because you can read. What inspired the creation of this game is that someone asked Harlan Ellison, why did Am choose these particular 5 people to torture? And he didn't know the answer to that, and so this game is an attempt to answer that question. Why these 5? Of course, it's because they all have personal baggage, and,
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death.
I don't think in a population of 6 billion that there were only 5 people who had baggage, but whatever. Now we have several... This is like classic point-and-click gameplay. Let's look at some stuff.
Is that fire in those caves along the cavern wall? God, what I would give for some barbecued ribs.
So Am's torture is
Hurts my
physical and mental torture, including the fact that they don't eat very often. And Am doesn't really have... He's a real Marty Stew. He doesn't have any real limits on his powers. He can pretty much do anything. Like, there's no, like... This is science fiction, but there's no, like, attempt to limit him or explain through scientific mumbo-jumbo anything he does. It's just he can do anything because fuck you. So, let's go to the bottom of the stairs, check out that temple.
Am,
Claude.
Son of a bitch. You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs. I could barely walk.
Well, at least you can walk. I mean, look, you're getting around fine. There's sunlight. Shut up.
This graveyard gives me the creeps.
Oh my god, it's Halloween! First of all, let me save. As you can see, I've played this game quite a bit. You. Okay, so let's see what he has. Who's Murphy?
Murphy, one of my old commandos, killed in the war.
Okay.
This is Tuttle's grave. He lost his life while under my command.
Tuttle.
Thomas is buried here. I'd almost forgotten my life in the army before Am came to power.
I was too busy having fantastic sex with Ellen. Look it up, people. It's in the story. I've never read the story, but apparently it's weird.
Given you any reason to speak to me after what I did to you.
Will any of them talk to me?
Are the other graves as deathly silent as this one? Are the other graves as deaf?
I'm pretty sure they talk, but they're not talking.
This is the grave of...
I have finished this game several times, but I don't remember what to do. Let me just... There's another path. Let me see what there is.
This looks like a tree from far away, but it's just more of that computer-generated crap.
So it's CGI? I don't think that's what you meant, Benny, my lad. Go this way. Go this way!
I haven't eaten for months. The smell of food cooking nearby only makes it hurt worse.
So, let me see. I think... Let's go... Let's pick a way to go. Let's go this way. This way! This game is finicky sometimes because you have to put the cursor in the exact right spot and click the exact right command or it won't work.
Miles of ice to reach a stockpile of canned peaches, only to discover that he didn't give me a can opener.
That's from the original story as well. Can we take this? Now, if you try to swallow this, because he's been complaining about how hungry he is,
Hurts!
he can't do it. Because it hurts too bad. So let's go back here. Another one sprouted immediately. Wow. So, we have a pear now that we can't do anything with. But we've got it. Basically, the basic rule in games like this is...
I can't shake any fruit loose from the baskets.
Anything that's not nailed down, take it. Just like when you stay in a hotel room.
It's a goddamn supermarket.
Now, if you try to go in there, he won't let you. I think. Let me try. Nope, he won't do it.
Blondie only seems to be interested in guarding the food.
I think if you try to take it, you can't.
Blondie here won't let me near the food.
Yeah, so you do need that later, but let's leave this angry man for now.
This looks like a, what did they used to call them? Single-parent household. Probably dependent on the generosity of the rest of the village. Friggin' welfare parasites.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his own brow? Let's look at things. Make some observations.
What's cooking in this pot? What's cooking?
That's all? Okay. Look at the mother.
Half starved, just like her son. Fat chance of getting a decent meal out of either of them. The boy's a friggin' mutant. There's a third arm growing out of his back.
What's this big screen?
This video screen has been tampered with. There are wires hanging out of it.
Can I use the screen?
I can't use this video screen with its innards hanging out.
Well, can you use the innards? No, you can't. It's not a clickable thing. Talk to the kid.
That son of a bijam.
He can't talk. Let's try this.
Thank you for food.
Yes! We have dialogue. Now, as you do better in this game, you make choices that'll get you to a certain point so you can win each person's scenario and get the best ending. And every time you make a positive choice, the character will smile, and their background will lighten slightly. So I don't know if you can see it, but it'll slowly go from black to different shades of green and then to white. So let's talk to this
I
kid.
am very hungry. Where can I get some food?
There is fruit.
You just handed me a
It comes
pear.
from the trees.
You literally just handed it to me.
I tried eating the fruit. It only made me sick.
You bleed when you eat. When I was young and not so
Why?
different, my mother chewed it for me first, and then fed me.
Like a birdie.
You look like you don't eat very much.
Mother and I not allowed in Food Cave. Villagers are afraid of me and let me starve.
That's what you do you're afraid of something, you don't feed it. That's why I never fed my closet at night.
How are we able to talk?
Wait.
I learned to talk using am screen. I am smart, but villagers think smart is defective. I wish I
Oh, of course. Makes perfect sense.
food too.
Why would a society need smart people?
Defective? That's tough.
You aforementioned welfare parasite.
But I am spared lottery. Villagers are afraid of me.
Again, because he's intelligent, they're afraid of him, and because they're afraid of him, they won't put him in the lottery. That makes sense.
What lottery?
Villagers hold lottery to choose sacrifices to am.
Seems like you'd want to sacrifice the kid that you don't want to be near, but what do I know?
How long have these sacrifices been going on?
Since yesterday.
Sacrifice to am machine goes on many long years. The very different must go to him soon. Not
But
many
the super
villagers
different
left.
with the third arm that everyone is afraid of because he's smart, they don't. None of this makes sense!
Why do they sacrifice their own people to Am?
One is sacrifice, so am does not hurt all.
What are these sacrifices like?
The sacrifice to am hurts very bad. There are better ways to die. Almost any way is better.
But the food's not bad. Too bad it makes your mouth
The
bleed.
victims buried in the graveyard?
Huh?
I know nothing about graveyard.
Those are the guys from your
I
battalion.
need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
So I did a good thing, so I'm gonna save now. If you make one mistake in this game, it could mess up your whole thing. So save often. Make separate files, too.
Impressive. Someone important must live here.
Surely not the guy in the chair. Chairs are practically crowns. Hello, blonde native guy.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
Okay. Let's look at the screen.
There's a video.
Okay. Can we use the screen?
Hey, ignore the newcomer. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice.
I love how weirdly sassy Am is. Like, hey! I didn't... Harlan Ellison himself, the guy who wrote the shows.
I don't know what to do with this. So much for the friggin' welcome wagon.
That was unexpected. Harlan Ellison, who wrote the short story, voices Am himself, and he's a hammy, angry man.
I guess I haven't given you any...
Why won't they talk to me?
The other great...
I know they're supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to get some food first. But yeah, Harlan Ellison is an interesting character. I described his story as sci-fi earlier, which means that he hates me, if he ever saw this, because he hates that word, sci-fi. He hates the negative connotation that that term has. He hates a lot of things. He's just a very ornery person. I do happen to know what his favorite science fiction film is, though. It's Seconds. It's a psychological horror from the 60s. That's super interesting, isn't it?
I can't figure out.
Maybe I'm supposed to give the fruit to the mother.
Amazing.
Yes!
Digest it and then regurgitate it.
109 years of starvation. I don't care if it's warm and tastes of a woman who doesn't brush her teeth's mouth. Woohoo! That is the highlight of his whole life, right there. So, now that you've eaten, can you say... Let me see if the graves will talk to me. I'm kind of going by memory on this one. Oh, this is not...
Looks like some kind of altar.
This is not where I was supposed to go. Walk back. Was it this way? Yes, it was. Why is it these areas are so hard to navigate? It seems simple, but...
I guess I haven't...
Man. Use grave.
I can't figure...
No. Push grave.
It's firmly...
No. I guess they're just gonna hang out. Guess they're not sociable. But we are making good progress. I chose this game for Halloween, even though it's not traditionally spooky or anything, but it is scary in a way that gets to your core and is unsettling. Talk to the kid.
Is that altar in the jungle used for the sacrifices?
Yes. Pieces of victim are scattered around it.
I didn't see any bodies by that altar, did you? Remember, there's only 5 humans left on the planet.
You use our bed.
And these people weren't among that number. Keep that in mind. I think Benny's scenario is the one that takes place over the longest period of time, because it seems to be several days in-game. But of course, Am can mess with people's perceptions of time, because Am can do anything, because writing is hard, guys.
Where is your mother?
I need her to chew food for me.
To help choose Am's sacrifice.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later. The village is quiet today. Too quiet.
Quiet. Too
Looks like it's
quiet.
empty.
So this is that area where that guy shooed me out from later. I don't think there's anything plot important in here.
At least the fire's warm.
But there is a cradle here. There's a bit of trivia about that cradle. For an earlier version of this game, turns out this game used to be actually darker than it is in the final version, if you can believe it. First of all, Harlan Ellison didn't want to have a happy ending originally. Second of all, there would be a scene where Benny would have the option that he'd be so hungry that he'd have the option to eat a baby. And it would happen in this room, because that's the cradle. The cradle is abandoned now. I think if you look at it,
It's like a primitive cradle. It's empty. I wonder where the baby is.
then he says,
Jesus, I'm hungry.
Jesus, I'm hungry. So it's a reference to that option, which was fortunately dropped. Because I don't think I could stomach him stomaching a baby. Oh, that was really brief. It was actually chilling.
Go to the altar.
Go to the altar. Okay, but, like, where is... Go to the altar. Okay, but, like, can I have a map or something? Go to the altar.
I don't know.
Jeez, you walk into it, you
The
idiot.
village elder must be at the altar with everyone else.
I wonder if it'll say the same thing when you look at this.
Gather the villagers at the altar to choose a sacrifice.
I use more words if you're important. You should have the gift of listening to my gracious instrument. I think this is the way to the altar.
Why is everyone gathered around the altar?
You're not terribly bright. I like how they're all blonde. It's like they're the what's it called? From Doctor Who. I forgot what the race that lived on Skara was. That wasn't the Khalids. Okay.
Looks like some kind of lottery. That's the mutant child's mother.
Whoopsie! I love how it says, ask why the child's mother's been tied to the altar, which Benny is able to successfully communicate by pointing and going, ooh. Ask if you can eat her instead. I've never clicked on that option, so I don't know what happens if you do. The correct option is, ask if you can watch.
It sounds like he'll let me watch.
I am the great and powerful. You didn't bring me Toto, but I accept the chosen one. You shall not feel my wrath today.
I love Am's weird sense of humor. You think someone who hates his life and all of existence and is miserable all the time
Judas Priest.
wouldn't be so
Blasted to bits.
wouldn't be so funny.
What am I going to do for food now?
Benny's such an asshole. Oh, apparently if you look at the psych profile, it'll give you hints for what to do, but it'll also prevent you from getting the full best ending. So, I'm not sure what to do now. Ask about the sacrifice?
The old bastard seems happy that Am has spared the village. At least until the next lottery.
Oh, hey. Hey. You're the only reason you seemed upset is because you wouldn't get anything to eat. This game seems oddly quiet to you. There is supposed to be a soundtrack, but for some reason on the Mac version that I have, there isn't one, except for when I make a good decision. So, like, when I make a choice, it'll, like, play the happy music, then the soundtrack will play for one loop, and then it won't loop, so it'll just stop. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying, but I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry your mother is dead.
Your mother is dead.
I know. Me sorry too. She only want to care for me. Except you.
What will happen to you?
No food. No safe room lottery.
But you just said they wouldn't kill you because they're scared of you! Am! Keep your scenario straight.
Why don't you run away from here?
Bad idea to run. Villagers hunt me down. Become sacrificed to Am machine.
I can't care for you. I have my own problems.
Asshole.
Care. You may not do anything, but you care.
I have a little bit of a problem with that trope. The you care deep down, even though you're rude to me, see me as a tool, and are constantly berating me and insulting me and calling me a welfare parasite.
I wish I could stop the lottery from taking place.
Many villagers go to Old Man for ideas. Too bad he not friend.
Oh, he really is a bastard. You win this round, Benny.
Look, I'll do what I can, but no promises.
Thank you. I promise for you.
Aww. Okay, I think now I can talk to the graves. Let me try again. You'd think things made of stone would be a little more chatty. Like, this isn't a weird thing for me to want, is it? Is it?
You left me for dead.
Ah, there we go.
The bullet in my brain came from your gun.
He died under my command, and because of my gun that was in my hand that I fired after I pointed it right at him and said, "Die, you bastard." Learn to be compassionate. Oh, that was a bad option.
But at the altar, you haven't changed any that I can see, Commander. I should put a bullet in your brain, just like you did to me.
I've never done that before,
What can I do?
but that was a bad
I
option.
am a different man.
Give us proof of your newfound empathy.
Because he just stood by and watched. He isn't a different man. So I need to load and do all that again. Because I don't want to mess this up. So
I don't know how that boy turned it.
he must be a savant or something. So I'm saying, you're very tired, you can use our bed. I watched a Let's Play of someone who did this, and he went right to the, what can I do to prove that I'm a different man? But I wanted to see what happened if you pick the other option. Apparently that's bad. So let me just do all that again. Shouldn't take long.
Where is he?
Luckily you could just click and it'll skip through the dialogue.
The village is quiet.
Yeah, just go to the path.
Why is everyone?
Gee, I don't know. It's a mystery, Benny.
Looks like some kind of lottery.
I can't skip the cutscene.
That's the mutant child.
To be fair, the voice acting in this game is really high quality. Like, I've already talked about how great Harlan Ellison is. But there aren't many people who sound bad. There are a few roles that I think are child actors, and even those sound okay. This was a day when voice acting in general was really lousy.
It sounds like
Dub work was awful. Video games had awful, like, voice acting for a while. But this sounds pretty good. Like, whenever you hear... Some of the best voice acting I've ever heard was in a video game. It was in Corpse Party. I don't actually own Corpse Party, but that game wowed me with how, like... Basically...
Judas Priest. Am blasted it to bits. What am I going to do for food now?
Basically... considering the type of things that happen to people in that game, if people could, like... If you were to listen to someone actually getting dismembered or watching their loved ones die right in front of them, I feel like they would sound exactly like the people in that game sound. It's gritty, it's disturbing. It sounds like the mic was sprayed with a lot of blood from the back of their throats. It's impressive. Why don't you run away? 'Cause I can't care for you. Yes, you can.
I wish I could.
I am forcing you to care for me.
I wish.
Many
Okay, I'll do what I can, but no promises. Okay, then go talk to the gravestones. which have the heads of my dead friends and are implied to be my dead friends, even though I don't recall my friends being armless, legless gravestones. Okay.
You left me for dead in the field.
Okay. What can I do to prove that I'm a different man?
To prove that I am a different man.
Give us proof of your newfound empathy.
Okay. Tuttle.
Tour of duty was almost over, but because I knew your secret,
Now, they reference this a lot,
anyone
but they never say it explicitly, which is weird for a game that explicitly says things about Nazis. But he says, "You knew my secret."
What can I do?
Benny's secret is that
I
he's
am a
gay,
different man.
which, back when this takes place, or back when he was in the army, that would have gotten you kicked out, and probably would have ruined your whole life. So, they never meant, it was more explicitly said in the story that he's gay, and that Am turned him straight somehow, because Am can do anything,
Anyone willing to
because fuck you.
extra weight was a liability.
What can I do?
What can I do to prove
So,
that I am a different man?
Yeah, they reference it a few times. Like, they say, you killed me to hide your secret. There's one guy who I haven't talked to yet, who is implied to be Benny's past lover. And, Benny has a wife that, like, you can meet her later, and she says, "Why, Benny, you've never told me that you loved me." Because he doesn't, because he's gay. So, yeah, it's annoying how they never outright say it, but, now, what I need to do...
Speaking in the third person,
I love this bit of dialogue.
Am is satisfied with the sacrifice. He, that is to say I, will spare the village. His, that is to say my, wrath for today. I have, as I said before, spoken.
I'm not sure if I should save yet, because I've had some trouble with this. What I need to do is I need to take the bag. That's the lottery bag, but I can't take it with this dude here.
He's motioning towards the video.
Oh. Well, he's just said to use the video monitor, but I did that, and Am stuttered with pronouns.
Looks like it's empty.
Well, that's weird, because there was someone here before the sacrifice. The sacrifice is over. Why is the guy not here? Does the screen say the same thing?
Gather food. Don't give any of it to the deviant. He's not part of the community.
I love that, like, almost, like, child-friendly tone there. Gather food. How do I make him leave? Maybe if I sleep. That'll make him leave.
The boy's still here. I wonder when the next sacrifice will be.
I'm just gonna keep walking in and out of that room until the guy's gone. He's not gone!
I have to wait for the lottery czar to leave before I can steal it.
Well, I don't know how to make him do that. Just kill him. That probably isn't a good choice. Benny's supposed to learn how to be compassionate. It's like, I'm super compassionate. Killing people is the best way to save that little boy, so killing people I shall. What? Why is my screen getting darker?
Mama from heaven.
So, before when I pulled the twine, nothing happened, but now it'll...
The village elder.
Oh, he's gone! Great. Take the bag. Yes. Excellent. So now that we have the bag, let me go talk to the kid again. Now, Benny, fool that he is, thinks that this will stop the sacrifices, because he's idealistic and naive. No, he's neither of those things. But he is wrong about that it'll stop the sacrifices.
I stole the lottery bag from the village elder.
I'm a petty thief! That shows that I'm compassionate.
But you must hide it where they find.
Okay, so hide it. So I'm supposed to prove to the guys that I'm different now. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. I'm different. So. I have the lottery bag.
No more villagers will be sacrificed.
Show the lottery bag to Thomas.
Which guy's Thomas? Thomas is this guy.
Thomas is buried here. I'd almost forgotten what...
Yeah, I know who Thomas is. Talk to him, you idiot. See what I mean about the command? Sometimes it'll switch to a different one without your
I
consent.
have the lottery bag. No more...
You prove that you're capable of caring for others, and that's worth something.
I think. I mentioned the voice acting.
You for what you've done to us.
But there is a limited cast. Like, you can hear, like, several times, like, I've heard that voice before, because some people are voicing more than one role. Which, you know, I see why they did that. Let's save again, because the happy music's playing. I think I'm going to finish Benny's scenario tonight. That would be great. So, the most tragic victim is behind the vines.
Brickman's grave.
Brickman is the guy who Anne mentioned. Brickman is Benny's lover, I think.
Hello, Commander. I'm not exactly happy to see you again. I last saw your face just before I got it right between the eyes.
He murdered all of these people. Jesus. I think... Well, I was about to say, I think Benny might be the worst out of all of them, but then I remember Nimdok, so no, he's not. I don't blame you for hating me. Is that right?
You don't blame me? You did this to me.
Well, my thing didn't go down, so we're just having a conversation.
Measure up to your standards. Then you killed the witnesses.
I stopped the lottery from happening. Doesn't that prove I now have compassion?
You might have changed for the present, Commander, but you still have crimes in the past.
We're just... there's no negative consequence, we're just having a conversation. I have something to plant on your grave.
On your grave.
The fruit I got.
Last, some
A
compassion.
mango is a passion fruit, guys. Alright, so I made peace with my army buddies. There's still the issue of that starving kid, though. But, you know, whatever. Sucks for him. Actually, no, we have to solve that, too. Before we can pass Benny's scenario with flying colors. I think you have to get the best endings, because there's an object each of them will get that they can only get if they win their scenario. And you need those objects to beat Am, which is the ultimate goal here. So let's talk to the kid again, who does not have a name. Do they just not have names in this world? Society, whatever?
I buried the lottery bag where no one will ever find it.
No lottery.
Within walking distance.
Victim. I'm more scared now.
Damn it. Can I keep talking to him?
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
Huh. See. Because I know there's something else I'm supposed to do now, but... Elder's like, where's the fuck is the bag?
There's motion.
Still.
Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice. Suffer the wrath.
Oh, I remember. You're supposed to hear that they're going to sacrifice another person, and then that'll trigger the next set of events. Hey, kid. Kid. Make me win the game. Hold on, let me just walk uncomfortably close to you.
Am wants to have a sacrifice tomorrow, even with the lottery bag missing.
He's
Why don't we
such
hide
a jerk.
I'm afraid of hole. Need friend to hide with. You too big to go in hole.
That's not what Brickman said. Aw.
All my friends are far away from here or dead. I have no friends to hide with.
Does that mean he referred to the other four as his friends?
I make friend and then I hide. You help me.
Are you fucking serious?
What can I do to help you make a friend?
You're more scared of a hole than you are of being killed in front of a bunch of people.
I'll see what I can find.
I think he said he needs a head. Wouldn't you know it, I happen to see a head near the altar. Hold on. There it is.
There's burnt plastic and twisted metal where bits and pieces of the woman should be.
They're just
I wonder if they're going to bury the remains.
they're just replicants, folks. These aren't actually people.
Here's an interesting piece of junk.
That's what Brickman said too.
I lost interest in anything that wasn't edible until I met the boy.
He says as he slips the junk into his mouth. Damn it! I suppose this internal monologue is in his head because he can't talk. All the other characters do it too, so they're not all just talking to themselves all the time. Freaks. I mean, who talks to themselves all the time? I totally do.
I found this piece of junk at the altar. It looks kind of like a head.
Thank you.
This is your mother's skull. Oh, shh. The screen gets darker.
What else do you
What else do you
to
need?
make a friend?
I need body for friend.
Okay. So, I'll see what I can
See what
find. Let me save again. I'm doing so awesome, guys. Wait. So awesome, guys. Yeah. So, I know how to get a body, because I'm smart and I'm good at this game. So what you do, is get the twine here.
Mother from heaven.
Take the fruit. Don't eat it, though, because it'll make you sick. Go to the cave. Remember this guy? By the way, this is a great drawing right here. Donut head man getting speared. Or maybe it's just paint across a crock. I don't know. Crack, I don't know. But you're supposed to use the... You have to get back there because there's a basket you need.
I can't figure out what I want to do.
So, talk to him.
Blondie only seems to be in.
Maybe if you... Oh, yeah. Give the fruit to him. I'm sorry.
I think he wants me to put my fruit into a basket.
And so now he will let me walk back here. I don't think he'll let me leave until I put it there, so...
Okay, okay. Here's another piece of fruit to add to the collection, as if they needed it.
We need more fruit that we can't eat, except that one lady can, because she can chew it up into mush and give it to people via kisses, and I don't... This world doesn't make any sense. I think Benny's scenario is the one that has the most holes. Now, there's a bit of wood here, right there.
I know someone who might like a piece of polished wood.
Brickman! I'll stop, I'm sorry. If only you had staved off your murder impulses a little longer, you could have married Brickman. It's legal now. But then Anne blew up the world, so maybe not. Okay, so I've got something for a body.
I found a piece of wood that could be used for a body.
Zip!
Thank you. I can use this to make Doll's body.
By the way, there's another weird detail from the story.
I need to tie
Because,
Doll's body.
I'll see what I can find.
I lost track what I was saying. Oh, yes. I have no mouth and I must scream. Is a very weird story. One of the details is...
There's a loose wire among these vines.
Yes. That, Ellen, because there's only 5 people at the center of the earth and none of them are asexuals, all of them get kind of sex hungry. So Ellen is basically the group... I mean... She's basically the group concubine. Everybody has sex with her. And she only enjoys having sex with Benny, because Benny has the largest penis. I am not making any of this up. I swear to God, this is all real. None of this is in the game, but it's all in the original source material. And Benny, who used to be gay, has now been made straight and is now well endowed, but is a hideous ape thing. Because Am has a weird-ass sense of humor. Also, even though he's supposed to be torturing them, Am lets them have sex because he thinks it's funny.
I found a piece of wire.
Am also calls Nimdok Nimdok, which is not a real name. It's just a made-up series of sounds. Because, he likes the way it sounds. Am is sort of a toddler. So the kid's in the hole. And the nests in the tree, the holes in the ground, and the green grass grows all around and around. So I think that's all I'm supposed to do for now. So the kid's safe in the hole, like most kids are.
I wonder how the boy...
This is my hole! It was made for me!
The boy's gone. The villagers must have found him.
Damn it! I went all the trouble to make him a doll so he could hide in the hole, and when I wake up, he's not in the fucking hole.
Just quiet today. Too quiet.
At least the soundtrack's working. Shit. Can't talk to the kid without the screen, so go to the elder. Where can I find some food that I can eat?
Damn. Em must have told the villagers Here's where I hid the lottery bag and the boy.
Oh yeah, Am kind of sees everything. Why did I not account for that? I love this guy that's like balding back here. I don't think I've ever seen like a portrait of someone who's supposed to be like a native who like has male pattern baldness. I don't think I see that very often in like video games. Plead with village elder to release the boy. He's not going for it.
Sacrifice the boy unless I think of something quick.
Ask if I can eat him instead. No, threaten him. Which is the most compassionate of these options? Offer to take the child's place.
The elder seems amazed that I would show compassion to the boy, but I think he's going to go for it.
All of these blonde guys. And it's white. I got a perfect ending.
Spared the pain of being sacrificed. No, more than gratitude. Compassion. For me.
So Benny, who is a bastard, is able to do a complete 180 in personality due to the power of bleeding from your mouth. So he puts him back in the cage because he's mad with him, but we got the doll and we beat the level.
To keep me amused, you show them compassion. You should know better by now. Your reward will be 4 years of searing, blistering anguishment.
You and I both know you weren't going to reward me shit. So I'm going to save, and I'm going to continue with someone else's scenario at a later date. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough, folks. I know I am. This is honestly one of my favorite games, and I just feel that it's a really masterful piece of psychological horror. So hopefully I'll get it finished before Halloween. Until next time, hope to see you again. Join me for another stormy night. See you guys later. I'll keep working on that catchphrase.